Welcome back to ThinkCosmos, where we ponder the universe's deepest secrets and wonders. Imagine a moment. A signal is detected. A strange flash in the sky. Pattern that isn't random. It's not noise. It's not natural. It's intelligent. We've made contact. But what happens next might not be the hopeful sci-fi fantasy we've seen in movies. Because the truth is, first contact could go very, very wrong. Today on ThinkCosmos, we explore 7 terrifying scenarios for how we might make first contact with alien intelligence, and how each one could end in disaster. Let's begin with the most obvious, and one we might already be doing. Scenario 1. We shout into the void, and something hears us. For decades, humans have been sending radio messages into space. We've even sent targeted messages towards star systems, hoping someone's listening. But think about this. On Earth, when small animals make noise in the jungle, it's not always a smart move, because it tells predators exactly where to look. Some scientists believe that broadcasting our location into the universe is a reckless gamble. We're revealing our presence without knowing who or what might be out there. Stephen Hawking once warned that making contact could be like Native Americans meeting Columbus. It didn't end well. Scenario 2. We mistake a warning for a welcome. Let's say we receive a message. It's encrypted, complex, alien. We struggle to decode it, and finally we break part of the code. We think it says, "We come in peace." But what if we got it wrong? What if the message was actually a warning? Like a galactic quarantine sign, or a threat, or a simple, desperate message like, "Don't answer." But by the time we realize our mistake, we've already replied. We just invited something in, and we have no idea what's coming. Scenario 3. We find a probe and bring it home. Imagine this. A future mining team on an asteroid discovers something strange. A structure, or a dormant probe. It looks abandoned, ancient, but it's not from Earth. Naturally, we bring it back to study. It's the most valuable discovery in human history. But what if it's not just a machine? What if it's a trap? Or worse, a Trojan horse, carrying alien rogue Jamtai, a virus designed for species it's never met, but one that can infect silicon, carbon, or consciousness. What if first contact isn't a message? Got a payload? And what if we activate it? Scenario 4. They hear us, but we're not worth talking to. What if aliens receive our signals and simply ignore us? Not out of peace, but disdain. To them, we're still a young species. Primitive. Loud. Violent. And maybe we're not worthy of joining their galactic network. But instead of responding, they observe. Silently. Secretly. And they wait to see what we do. But here's the scary part. What if they have rules? Rules about what kinds of civilizations are allowed to survive. And if we break those rules, war, planetary destruction, AI run amok. They might intervene, not with a hello, but with judgment. Scenario 5. We make contact and can't understand each other. Now here's a quieter nightmare. What if we make contact, but we simply can't communicate? Their logic is non-linear. Their concepts are untranslatable. Their senses are different from anything we know. Imagine trying to explain a Mozart symphony to an ant, or a black hole to a bacterium. We try everything: math, visuals, AI. Nothing works. But they keep transmitting. And suddenly, strange things start happening. Machines glitch. Earth's orbit shifts microscopically. People begin having the same dreams. We realize the communication is affecting us, changing things we don't understand. And still, we can't make it stop. We made contact, but we'll never know with who or why. Scenario 6. It was us all along. What if the alien signal we find is ours? A transmission from the future, or from a parallel version of Earth. We decode the message. It contains warnings, coordinates, instructions. It knows things about us no one else could. It knows what's coming, and it begs us not to follow the same path. Do we listen? Do we change? Or do we ignore the message because it sounds too much like a story? And by the time we realize it was real, it's too late. We contacted ourselves, and we failed the test. Scenario 7. First contact has already happened, and we missed it. Here's the scariest possibility of all. What if first contact already happened? What if it was subtle? A strange signal from a star we ignored. A mysterious visitor like Oumuamua that slipped through our solar system before we could react. Or an anomaly in quantum data we dismissed as noise. Maybe the message was too complex, or too simple. Maybe it didn't look like contact at all, and we missed it. We had our chance, and the universe is now waiting, watching, or moving on. So, what will first contact look like? A message? A ship? A mirror? Or something so strange we won't even recognize it for what it is? One thing is certain. It won't just change science. It will change everything. Not just how we see the universe, but how we see ourselves. Because when we make contact with them, we might finally make contact with what we are. Thanks for listening to ThinkCosmos. Subscribe for more deep questions, space mysteries, and science that bends reality. Until next time, keep listening, because someone might be listening back.